Welcome back to the channel. Yes, welcome to D Football TV. I'm your host here, Lawrence, giving you the best football analysis and the best transfer news you can find anywhere around the world. All right, a big update just dropped now. Yes, remember I just did a video I think like an hour ago or so about Isak saying if Liverpool tells him they are not coming for him again, then that's the only reason, that's the only time he can play for Newcastle. And right now, Isak has said he is never playing for Newcastle again. He is done. So if a player have said this, there are two things now involved. Either Newcastle will come out and say, oh, he should not to play for us again. We have to terminate your contract. The contract has to be terminated. Two teams go separate ways because Newcastle have tried all their best to make this move very, very difficult. Newcastle have tried to make this move difficult even after the player have openly said, I don't want to play for you again. I want to test other options. I want to test other clubs. The player have decided not to play for Newcastle, but Newcastle want to make this player play for him by all means. I don't know why it is just very crazy because nobody does that. Once a player doesn't like you, most clubs want players that want to play for them. And now they are making it seem as if Isak is a bad person because he is not a bad person. He just wants to move and go to a better club. Yes, it's a fact. Newcastle is not better than Liverpool. There's no way any player, in fact, if Liverpool start going for any of their players, even their coach, they would do almost the same thing Isak is doing now. So nobody should blame Isak. Isak has told them that he doesn't want to play for the club ever again, that he has played his last game for the club. So we are expecting to see the response from Newcastle because they have told him earlier that he is not going anywhere, that they are going to block the move if they don't get a replacement. Now he has said he is not playing for them again. So there are two things involved, like I said earlier: termination, or they try to persuade or twist their way around. But I think there's no magic here. It is just a straight option, though it's going to be bad look on the player side. Yes, it's going to be a bad look because other clubs will say, this player that is doing this type of thing, is he really a sensible player to do? Yes, because even Liverpool are going to be looking at it that way. But I don't think Liverpool cares right now because Liverpool know he is doing this for them. Yes, Liverpool know Isak is turning down Newcastle and rejecting Newcastle for them. So Liverpool are going to go in full for this guy because this guy wants Liverpool. Now, what will happen is if Liverpool submit any other bid now for Isak, I think Newcastle don't have a choice but to accept, because if Liverpool submit a bid now for Isak and Newcastle have the guts to reject it, that means Isak will leave they will terminate the contract because yes, a contract is signed, yes, good and fine, and that contract says I will be paying you weekly, and so year you accumulate so amount and you play for the club. Yes, you don't just they don't pay him, they didn't pay him in advance, they didn't give him all the money and say okay, take all the cash. They are paying him as he's playing. So if he stops playing and they have what we call a contract termination, that means Isak will be left as a free agent. No player wants that. Every player wants to be committed to their club. Every player wants to show respect for the club you're playing for. But right now, if a player doesn't want to play for you, it's simple. Forget all these Newcastle fans blabbing about saying Isak has to respect and come back to training. You can't just come back to training and start playing for the team. Even Eddie Howe have said it. It is not easy for him to come back to the team. It is not easy for Isak to come back to the team and start training with players because players have a certain energy about them. So they will just feel like, oh, if Isak can do this and come back and start training, that means they too can do it. Yes, the club, I understand a bit. I feel a bit for Newcastle because they as a club will say this is not how players will leave our team. Players can't just say they don't want to ever play for us and then they will just terminate their contract and they will go, and to look bad. But it is what it is. He can start faking injuries, he can start doing anything, but he has said he doesn't want to play, and it's a strong suit, it's a strong decision. Saying that and that there's no way back. Trust me, there's no way back from this. Newcastle have to make up their mind. Either they are selling this guy or they are losing him. Yes, because right now Liverpool have attempted to buy this guy twice and Newcastle said no. So if Liverpool want to, I don't know, try to, soften the situation a bit, Liverpool will come in with a third bid or a third offer for Alexander Isak, and if they do, Newcastle have no choice, trust me, whatsoever, to reject that offer, because once they reject that offer, it is a contract termination we are looking at, and it is bad. Yes, it's bad look, but trust me, Liverpool will still sign that player. Liverpool still get Isak. One way or the other, Liverpool will get Isak by hook or by crook. So I think Newcastle should just take the funds, call Liverpool, come and take your player. We are done talking with this guy. Take the funds, even if they get 120 now, because right now Liverpool will not bid higher. They will not go higher than 130. Liverpool cannot go, will never go higher than 130, because this guy, two options for Newcastle. Even if Liverpool come with 110, 120 again, Newcastle will just accept, because right now there are two things involved. You either take this player and take this player's money, or you lose the player's money, and that is a big money to lose. Yes, big money, because you will stop paying the player. Okay, you will gain some money, yes, because when you stop paying the player, obviously that money will stay in your account, use it to pay other players. But what is the implication? You will lose an additional money that's supposed to come in for this player going or stop playing for you, which is not very, very logical if you think about it. So that's just the update I wanted to share with you guys. If you're new, please turn on the notification bell after subscribing. Like the video, comment, tell me what you think about this saga. I think it's the biggest deal right now. He's one of the best players, yes, we agree, but we have to do right by a player and by a club. We understand where the club is coming from. I feel that Newcastle brought this upon themselves. Once the player have said, bro, I'm not playing for you again, I don't want to play for you, I want to go out. Simple. Same thing with Continue. Continue left Liverpool for Barca. They are big clubs. Suarez, they are big. Even Suarez had to even play one season and then leave the next season because of the respect for the club. They are big clubs that players want to leave. He's in a big club though. He wants to leave and go to a bigger club. You can't stop these players from doing this thing, for Christ's sakes. That is the fact. That is just the fact. All right, let's see how it progresses. I'm keeping an eye on this one, and once any update drops, I'm here sharing. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.